Guys, it's me, Melly. Welcome back to my channel, Melly's Yarn and Book Adventures. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Basically my videos or my channel is basically yarn, crochet, yarn and goodness, and bookish books related. I do not do tutorials as of yet because I do not have the proper equipment. I use my phone and I use my desktop to record. I'm trying to I'm recording on my phone today, but I'm going to email it to my computer and then edit it there. So that way maybe it'll be better, because the lighting right now is, as you can see, the sun, if you look at my hand, is right there. So I can't record on my computer desktop, which is right here, right there in front of me, because of the way the sun is hitting me. And I wanted to sit in my chair. Anyway, it's Wednesday. Happy hump day. Welcome. I hope you enjoyed my video, my content. If there's anything you want to see, hear, or discuss, let me know in the comments below. Do not forget to subscribe, because that is the most important thing. If you subscribe to my channel, then that gives me the chance to get to know you better. And also, if you comment, to have discussions with you. I love to meet new people. So if that sounds of interest to you, continue watching. If yarn, crochet, or books are not of interest to you, then I won't feel bad if you stop watching. It's personal choice, personal preference. Anyway, it's Wednesday. My kids are in school. I have my coffee. And I have a few updates for you. First one is, I said I would let you guys know how my first day working at AC Moore went. It was a lot of paperwork. I don't think I've actually physically written my name so many times as I did yesterday. I had a stack of papers that were like this, literally this thick, like that thick, of all the, you know, important stuff, W-2s and background and all kinds of stuff. Last time I've actually physically filled out anything on paper, I would have to say was, wow, many years ago. Because everything, even in, when I was working at Macy's, everything was on a computer. And even my signature was computerized. Even in Home Depot, when I was at Home Depot for my 3 days shy of 1 year, everything was computer. So, in that way, AC Moore is very hard copy oriented, to have hard copies of things, because I guess computers aren't always so reliable. Anyway, so how did I like it? Well, I did a lot of paperwork, and then I actually shadowed somebody on the floor, a co-worker, how to recover and face, which I already know how to do all that. I've done that before. It was more of getting to know some of the areas in the store. Then I learned how to close out registers, which is not hard. Again, it's not something I'm not going to do. But the most important part to me was I going to feel uncomfortable with my coworkers? Like, was I going to get the, she's a new girl, she don't know what she's doing type vibe? And I say that because I got, when I started at the Macy's in Center City, it's a different environment. When I first started working at Macy's at my original location, I felt welcome. Like, I felt like after like getting used to the routine and kind of like what everybody was about, even on my first day on the floor, like everybody was so like welcoming and, you know, like helpful and nice, that I didn't feel uncomfortable. I felt welcomed, and you know, and then as the years went by, it was like we were family. Oh, my kitty. But then when I went to the Kitty, stop. When I went to the Center City location. I was, my first day on the floor that I was there, even though I had the experience, and maybe that was part of it, I was thrown into, well, you know what you're doing. And even though I knew what I was doing, it was kind of like I was questioned about what I knew what I was doing. And that made me uncomfortable. Until I had, like, I felt like I had to prove that I knew what I was doing, because I had the experience from working at the same department but another location. And I got the, oh, it's the new girl vibe. Like, she's not, you know, this is how it goes. Like, instead of saying, you know, being welcoming, I got an off-putting vibe from everybody. And after my first day, I was very, like, it wasn't for me. It wasn't the environment I needed to be in or wanted to be in. I'm not that type of person. I need to be able to speak with you. It could just be, how you doing, how was your day, how's your family, da 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 da. But that wasn't the vibe I got. Like, I'm a very friendly and sociable person, and that's not what I got. Not from everybody. I'm not going to say that. Not from everybody. But that was like the vibe I got within my department, shy of 1 or 2 people. I think maybe because it was such a big store and we didn't always see each other, maybe that was it. So, like, to them, oh, I'm only there 2 days a week. So it was like, oh, whatever. Anyway, walking into this AC Moore, I felt welcomed. I wasn't the new girl who didn't know what she was doing. I was a new coworker who was learning the ropes. And I know what I'm doing. If I'm told, hey, this is how things go, then I can do it. I helped pull in merchandise from how outside is. Like, you say, hey, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to do it. And I'm going to do it however it is that it's done. But don't give me this is what you have to do attitude. And then if I don't do it the way you like it done, or not exactly the way you do it, don't kind of like, I don't know the word I'm looking for. Don't give me the attitude of, well, she don't know what she's doing. I guess if you get my meaning. That's not how I felt walking into AC Moore. I felt welcomed. And everybody spoke with me. And, you know, I mean, it was a very light environment. It wasn't like, ugh. I didn't feel nervous. I didn't get nervous. I didn't feel nervous. I was a little bit nervous. But, you know, I didn't feel unwelcomed, which was the point of my whole story. So I know I'm going to like it. The second thing I want to say, okay, so I'm sorry. I just spoke for like 8 minutes about that. Anyway, I promise more good stuff is coming. I got there early, and the hiring manager, the person I needed to be link up with to do whatever it was, which turned out to be paperwork, was on his lunch break. I had got there like 20 minutes early, but that was because I got there earlier than I expected, taking public transportation. So I was like, oh, okay, I'll walk around the store, get to know the store. I've been in this AC Moore, but they rearranged and changed stuff all the time. So I went to the yarn department. It's dangerous, isn't it? Oh, that light. That's why I'm sitting back, guys. I went to the yarn department. I was just looking around, fondling the yarn. You know, the things we do when we're in the yarn department. And I noticed that Premier, DK Colors, and I think Sweet Roll was on sale for $2.88. Now, I don't need no more yarn. There was this color I was looking in DK Colors. It was like similar to, I don't know if you guys can see that, similar to this color, which I said was like the English Garden, but in a cake form. And I don't know if they discontinued the color or they changed it because they had something similar in color, but not really. And so as I'm looking, I saw this. Can you guys see that? It's like blue. It's like light blue and like a grayish blue. There's a caramel looking color, a cream, like a white. And this for some reason reminded me of winter. I think it's like snow and ice, and then the bare trees, the color of the trees. Anyway, this is called what color is this? It's called Strata. And it's 100% anti-pilling acrylic. It's so soft. Oh my god, it's so soft. It's softer than Mandela. This reminds me kind of like of a Karen Simply Soft, but not as silky, not that silky slippery, but soft like that. This is a number 3, light number 3, but I think it's a little bit thinner. I would say that's like maybe a 3, like a thinner 3. Because, and the reason why I say that is because the Ice Yarns Magic Glitz is a 3, and it's similar. It's maybe a little bit thicker. And wait, I have, without a thing, Karen Simply Soft, which I think Karen Simply Soft is a 4. But it makes me think of a 3. So I would say that is a 3. Anyway, sorry about the light once again, guys. When I lean forward, the sun hits me. I bought this. Very dangerous, but I have a plan for it. I'm going to make a mini shawlette using cakes and candles. Okay, so that's my acquisition. That's what I bought, which I shouldn't have, but I couldn't resist. Now, I have some finished objects. One of them you're looking at. The other one that I finished was I don't know where the yarn is at. My Ferris wheel, I have the little bit of remaining. I was going to make the fringe, I think I told you guys. But then I changed my mind. I finished that scarf, but I don't have it to show you because yesterday was my son's pre-K teacher's birthday. And at the end of the year last year, my son had picked out from my stash of crocheted cows and scarves 2 very summery like cows to give them. And he said, "Mommy, I want to give something to Miss Kaler," and that's her name. And I said, "Oh, well, I just finished a very pretty fall-like scarf, and it's very light." And I showed it to him, and I said, "Do you want to give this to her?" Now, mind you, I made that for myself. But he liked it. And he said, "It reminds me of an apple orchard. Like the trees and the apples, because it's got like the red or the deep fuchsia in it." So I said, okay. So this morning he gave it to her. I didn't wrap it or anything because whatever. And I said, "Oh, he thought of tomorrow you're going to the apple orchard, and he thought maybe you could wear it because it's the colors minus the green." And she was like, "I love it, thank you, Anyway, that's a finished object. The other finished object I have, I started on Monday night, is my shawl. And I will show you if you can see. Now this is from Krista at the Secret Yarneries Cakes and Candles Shawl. I used Ice Yarn Saver 200 gram balls in, I don't even know the colorway. It's like a grayish color. I like a grayish color, kind of like and I want to say like a cigarette ash color. It's like a grayish, dirty snow color. I don't know. And the purple is from, I think this is just a red heart I had. Like I had a little bit left, like a ball, maybe a little less than a ball that I used. And then because I didn't want the plain edge, the scalloped edge, I put I forgot what she calls them. I forgot what she calls them. The berries, the dongle berries. That's what she used to call them, but they're I don't remember what she calls them. You guys know what I'm talking about. But I put this, and then I did like I did like a chain 5, and then I did that, and then a chain 5, and then in between the clusters I just did a slip stitch, and I did it all the way around. And then I also, if I can show you guys, the edging I did not like. It was very kind of like bumpy, and if I'm gonna wear it at my neck, I have to have something smooth. So what I did was I just took a single crochet and I did 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, just so I can give it a smoother edge, so when it's laying against my neck. And it is extremely soft and very warm. And at first I wasn't sure about my little berries, but I like it. And I did it in, I don't even know what yarn this is. I think this is like I know it was Karen, but it's like a little bit of a texture to it. It's got like it's a little bit textured, and I thought that would be good. And it's a lighter purple, as you can see, and it's just kind of like I did that to make it pop. So that's a finished object, and I love it. I love it, love it, love it. I'm still working on my fall blanket. I'm going to work on that at night when it's like quiet time in the house. For now, I'm about to start another shawl. And this one I'm going to do from Crystal at Bag O' Day Crochet. And I'm going to use, where is it? I'm going to make a Christmas shawl using my Vanna's Choice shawlette. And the pattern that she had just put out on her channel, I think it was last night. I saw it last night, but it's the last one she put out. So there's that. Now, let's see, what else is there? Books. I have not purchased any books, but I am taking part in Books and Lala, her spookathon. It's low-key. It's not like super like involved. You know, she has challenges, but I think the books that I'm reading can go for multiple challenges. And it's from, I believe she said the 14th to the 20th. It's the week before Halloween. So if you want to see that, check her out at Books and Lala for that information. And I'm going to be reading, well, books I've already read. Well, one book that I'm still currently reading. God, let me back up a little bit. I'm going to finish reading Between the Devil and the Deep Blue Sea. I'm about halfway through, and this is going to count as the red on the cover challenge and a spooky setting. The setting for the book is very spooky. Like, you can see just, I didn't notice this. I swore up and down, left and right, this was a boat until I really looked at it, and it's actually a cliff. And it's, the main character lives in a house, a spooky mansion type house on the edge of the cliff of the sea in the town. The other book I'm going to read is, or at least attempt to read, is The Heartwood Box by Anne Agee, I don't know how to pronounce that. Aguirre? Agure? I don't know. Sorry if I butchered the name. And this is going to be, well, this is considered young adult romance contemporary. It's an art copy that I got from the author. And I could have swore I had a bookmark for this. Maybe I didn't. But this is going to be for, well, it can be red on the cover, but it also could be spooky word in the title, or on the cover, a spooky word on the cover. And my spooky word is going to be terrifying town, or terrifying. That's a spooky word to me. If you tell me something is terrifying, that means that either I'm going to be scared out of my mind, or not happy about whatever it is. I may not be scared, but it's more of anxiety. It may be an anxiety type scared, or it may be a don't ever have me do this again because I was so scared that I'm going to have nightmares. Or I'm reading this and I'm going to have nightmares. That's what I take from that. And the final book I'm going to read, which is, I guess, the thriller. It's marked as a thriller. Is The Furies by Katie Lowe. I am reading an arc from NetGalley, and I'm only like 17% into it. So I don't want to start new books when I'm actually reading books that can go for it and go for the challenges. And I looked on Goodreads, and that is kind of tagged as a thriller. And if I get done with these 3 books, I will try to get to this, which is Brenda Novak's Her Darkest Nightmare, and this is like a suspense thriller, and this can go for multiple challenges. Right on the cover, spooky word, spooky setting, because it's set in the Hanover house, which I found when I read the prequel to this, that was very spooky. And I think that's it. So those are the 1, 2, 3, 4 books I'm going to try to read within that week. We'll see how far I get. I'll try to vlog it, or at least do vlog updates. It's very, like Lala said, it's low key. Like, she's not quite sure how she's going to do it yet. Where is she going to do reading sprints or daily vlogs? She wasn't quite sure yet. She's kind of going to just wing it. I at least that's how I got from the video. She's going to play it by ear, see how it goes. I'm not going to put too much pressure on myself because I just started vlogging, and I try to do content of both books and yarn. So if you like one or the other, you know, I try to title it accordingly. Anyway, guys, that's it. I've been sitting here looking at coffee, but not drinking coffee. And now it's cold. But yeah, that's it for now. I'm going to go. I'm going to email this to myself and edit it and try to do everything on the computer that I can't do on the phone with the YouTube editor. And and see how that works out. So have a good day, guys. Happy Wednesday. Don't forget, subscribe, comment, like. Let me know what you think. If you love to read books, do you want to take part in the Spookathon with me? Because I would love to have more reading buddies. Do you like my idea of adding on to my shawl? I actually, it's called the Cakes and Candle shawl. But I changed the name since I added to it. So I'm calling it my Cakes and Candle shawl modified. Because I modified it. I changed it. But I didn't change the main pattern. I changed how I finished it. And I really like it. So if you guys like that, border berries. Ah! That's what they're called. See? See what happens when you're not trying to think of something? They're called, Krista calls them border berries. And I had wanted to try them out, so I figured, hey, why not? This was an experimental shawl anyway, because I didn't know what to do with the ice yarn, because it wasn't enough to do. I have another ball, but it wasn't enough to make anything large with, like a blanket. I mean, I'm sure I could have made a small blanket, but it was just one color. And anyway, whole nother story. But yeah, they're called border berries. Anyway, if you like the shawl or like what I did with it, let me know. If you like the idea of doing Spookathon, let me know down below. If you want book recommendations, because you're a reader, like to read, or at least try to read, let me know. Also, I would love to start a online or virtual book club. And not even one that we all have to read the same book. More like we're reading a book and if I'm reading a book and I'm enjoying it, like, hey, you should read this book because, or, you know, kind of like just a reading group, I guess. Not very strict. So if you like that idea, let me know. Comment down below, thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. If you can, share. That's it for now, guys. I will talk to you later. The sun is really starting to, like, I can't even sit back because the sun's in my face. So I will talk to you guys later. Bye.